Do you remember when you wanted what you currently have? I do. In this video, I want to talk to you about why I, as a multimillionaire, buy nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean things. I stick to the 3 R's: repair, replace, replenish. And I thought I would share my perspective because I do think that consumerism is a trap that many people get caught and stuck in, and it keeps them having to trade time for money. And money to me isn't about scarcity, it isn't about accumulation. It's really about my life energy. And I'm not willing to make trade-offs any longer for things. And I think I've reached a point where in the last few years where something has switched in me, where I truly feel I have enough. And so having more just feels like waste and excess. So I don't talk about this very often, but my husband and I, both separately and together, have over $1 million in each of our retirements. And I think there's about less than 1% of retirement balances that have over 5 million or more. I'm not in that bracket. But, and there's like 3% of retirement balances with over a million or more. So that would put us at in the top 3.2% of retirement balances. I'm really proud of having saved and invested over the course of my lifetime. And some of it is luck, right? So, depending on the time that you were born in and the ability to, the parents you were born to, they teach you about savings and spending. And so, yeah, I grew up with frugality parents. But that doesn't mean over these past 20 or so years that I've been a miser. I certainly have not. I've spent money. And so there's a level of regret with certain things that I've bought that as I started this video, do you remember when you wanted what you currently have? And a lot of people forget. They buy the new car and they stop appreciating it and they want the next one. They buy the shiny new thing, they want the next one. I know, I've been there. There was a period and point of time in my life where I had over 30 wheels. I had almost every kind of bike that you can imagine. I'm not talking about cars, I'm talking about bikes. I had a street strider. I still do. I had a half bike. I had kick scooters and electric bikes and folding bikes and regular carbon bikes, 10-speed bikes, all at the same time. It got to a point where it's very difficult to find space to put these items. And so, do you remember when you wanted what you currently have? If you were alone, the way you spend money, would you still be spending money that same way? A lot of things I bought, yes, I would. But some of the things I bought really had to do with comparison, whether I knew it or not. Sometimes we see what other people have, and it makes us long to have those things ourselves. And so I always wanted the next greatest outfit or the newest style of jeans. And I would purchase a lot of things, even while I was saving and investing. And then something in me just switched. I no longer spend money just to spend money. I'm very intentional about what I buy. It feels wasteful for me to be buying things I don't need. It feels heavy. I'm not willing to make the trade off of my time to earn more money. I truly believe that consumerism is a trap. Comparison is the thief of joy, and that being influenced to buy things that you weren't even thinking about is heavy on the heart. And so, as a multimillionaire, I buy nothing. I spend my money on experiences, but even there I'm thoughtful. I spend my money on family and friends and activities, doing things that bring me joy. But even there, I'm careful. Earning money is not a trade off I'm willing to make. And while I may have wealth built, that wealth has to last me a lifetime. And my bills are not low. And so I'm very thoughtful and intentional with my spending. It isn't about scarcity. It isn't about accumulation. It's about being wise and intentional with our spending. And so, do you remember when you wanted what you currently have? If there is any part of you that is purchasing things because of how it's perceived, then you're making the wrong choice. How would you be spending your time and your money if no one were watching? If you couldn't talk about the items that you purchased, how would you be spending your time and your money? Would you be going to work to earn those things just so that you could have them if you weren't sharing them or posting them? Now, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. So I'm not being influenced. I'm not emotionally spending. And I'm definitely not spending on short term gratification. I know I have money accumulated, and that should take care of me in my retirement. But it doesn't mean that I don't have enough. And so consider all that you do have and think of that question. Do you remember when you wanted what you currently have? And if you do, hold on to that. That's what I hold on to, and it makes me appreciate and enjoy the items I have for much longer. Once you have everything you need, adding more is excess. And that doesn't mean that you won't continue to want things in the future. I think we all change, and things that we do want changes with us. And so, for instance, I know I want to be closer and move closer to my family, but that doesn't necessarily mean a specific home to buy or other items. It's about connection. But what I don't really want is I don't want the heaviness of more bills, the heaviness of having to trade my time for money. That's a trade off I'm not willing to make. So, do you remember when you wanted what you currently have? Because at that point in time, that was enough. Hold on to that. Anyway, this is Regina from Simply Fundamental. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.